Do I think customer experience has contributed to Club L's success? Absolutely. I think it's massively evident in terms of what we track from an on-site conversion rate standpoint, and one thing that we are starting to see is a huge halo effect in terms of what our retention of existing customers looks like, which is definitely correlated to improvements across customer sentiment in terms of what that end-to-end experience has looked like for them over the last couple of years. So since adopting AI in customer experience, I think the impact has been extremely visible pretty much from day one. So Alice is very often referred to in our management trade meetings. She's often praised in terms of the amount of volume and the amount of customer contacts in which she has taken, which then in turn allows our customer experience team to be able to focus on the more challenging and more in-depth customer contacts, which do need proper time and attention. It all round gives a brilliant customer experience. Alice is able to pick up and solve very quickly what customers may need at a surface level, but then again frees up that time for our team to really get under the skin of more complex matters. So we know we're ticking both boxes. With the scale that we've seen as well, there's been a massive increase in obviously in orders, and with that comes customer contact. And for us to be able to manage that scalability without just growing headcount proportionately has been commercially a game changer.
The most surprising thing for us about DigitalGenius that they've been able to do is that it really is the agent count, and I think seeing it in a data format is quite overwhelming at times, because you then realise, if I didn't have this, what would our lives look like, and how would it be, and how would we manage it? So currently, she's taking around 10 full-time agents. So we track again how many she interacts with, how many are deflected, and we use that as kind of our count to understand if that was not there, then what would an agent have to do? So for us, it wasn't that we were in a pain point, it was that we were looking in how to develop for the future. So it was, how do we grow in a stable way that doesn't essentially cost the business money, but then at the same time enables us to scale much, much faster, and in terms of giving out a better service as well while doing that and maintaining that level of service throughout. Peaks were very tricky, I think, just because of the increase in volume. Staffing was always an issue, just in terms of temporary and not temporary staff, and whether or not we were going to take on outsourcers. And I think prior to my arrival in Club L, they did use outsourcers, but it didn't necessarily work in a great way.
Alice is able to pick up and solve very quickly what customers may need at a surface level, but then again frees up that time for our team to really get under the skin of more complex matters.
Alice is picking up on things that customers we don't need to go back and forth on, so she'll just answer things all together instead of us going back and forth with the customer. And we'll come to some tickets and she's already asked the customer things that we can just resolve in one email. So instead of us going back asking for GDPR information, Alice will do that, and then we can go back to the customer and give them more of a personable answer, and it's quicker because we don't need to ask for all that details anyway.
Impact of introducing AI, I think that I could literally reach all different departments at this point, because it has really helped us throughout all of it. So as we go from product, we're able to pick out the products that potentially are causing issues. We're able to now give back in stock notifications really, really easily and quite efficiently for the team through automations and integrations that we've done with DG. So again, they're really simple tasks that an agent could do, but they're not meaningful enough for an agent to actually want to do, because it is essentially just a data view lookup. So things like that I think has given a really great response to our team, and also gives the product team essentially what's in demand and what is being asked about a lot, which is really great.
What's impressed me most about Alice is the speed in which she's been able to do things and just take that away from the agent. So like processing shipping refunds, it's the customer emails in and it's processed pretty much instantly, because she's read it, understood, and performed the action straight away.
Other impacts is also on the team's mental health as well. Like, I feel like it's a really big part of it, of being able to make sure that the team are now although they do a bit of everything, and we would never ever choose a strategy where they're only stuck to one particular topic, it means that they feel value in their work as well. It's not just mundane, it's not everything else. They're actually doing tasks and resolving things that have a lot more meaning behind it.
From people management to forecasting, she takes a lot. You can give back to the team that you have, because you can reduce your staffing levels on bank holidays over Christmas, because God bless her, Alice doesn't take a break, where you can reward your staff back with that and have the customer service still running in the background. Without Alice, we'd have a lot more people. It would be very repetitive. The use of like macros and canned responses would be sky high, because she just takes that away. The people management side, the forecasting, making sure that we have the right amount of people, she just takes it all away.
And I think when we were looking at our forecast, if we didn't have DigitalGenius, we would need an extra 44 agents to hire over peak, to which our CFO nearly had a heart failure when I told him I needed 44, and then obviously brought it back down again when we knew that we could automate most of that. We did a lot of due diligence when we decided that actually we were going to take on an AI partner, and it wasn't just about it was the right match. And I think that there's a lot of plug and plays, and I've been involved in a plug and play option, and it doesn't work. It sounds easy on paper, but I think the reality of it is it might be able to do one thing, but then it can't do another, and then you hit a lot of limitations. I think for us, DigitalGenius was about a partnership rather than it just being just putting it in and letting it run. Like, it's the evolution over time. Like, our business doesn't stay the same, so we need to adapt in the same way. New integrations, new services, new everything, new ideas, and I think that's, for us, was something that was really, really critical. And I think DigitalGenius is a partner that's something that you invest in for a long-term gain and growth. As we become more innovative in our behind the scenes and in our business, we expect that growth as well from DigitalGenius, which we're working together to kind of bring in. So DigitalGenius is automating 59% of all of our tickets, and then within that, 69.9% of them are being resolved. And we have seen the fact that that customer experience being a positive one has had an effect on our customer retention. Customers know and kind of trust the brand that we can't get it right every time. We hope to do it, but we can't get it right every time. But when we do it something wrong, that we're able to resolve it in a way that makes them trust us and want to come back to us again. So when we first started out with DigitalGenius, our average star rating was at 3.84, which gave us a Trustpilot score of 4.2. And since using them, our average score rating is now at 4.79, and our Trustpilot is at 4.6, hopefully moving to 4.7 anytime soon. So it's a metric that we're really, really proud of, and it's obviously with the help of DigitalGenius that we're able to do it. In our finance side of things, they are loving the fact that we don't have a bigger headcount, so the outgoings and everything else involved in kind of hiring and recruiting people is definitely kept lower. So I think for us, it's that innovation part of it. It's the looking for new solutions, and it's very much about the partnerships and the teams that are working together. So
for any other business looking at DigitalGenius, it's a game changer, absolute game changer. I think obviously from what I hear internally from our customer experience team is a team that is an extension to our team that we often lean on, often take best practice from, but also take on board our feedback, take on board our ways of working, and are able to adapt that to really deliver a brilliant product, not only for Club L, but then how Club L takes that product and delivers it to our customers.